Before we start, I would like to ask your help to do two things. First, tell a friend or two who you think might like the show. And second, please rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The more reviews the show gets, the more likely it will even appear in search results. Thank you, and now on to the show.
They make the trek out to Burning Man for a week and a day. After a lot of work, oh, there's a lot of play. Party, 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 drama, 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 bitch, bitch, bitch. Year after year, they come back to scratch that itch. They all say their lives have been changed. After many years, lives have been rearranged. That change is what this show is all about. You'll see the impact of Burning Man up and out. So sit back, relax, and cancel all your plans. These are the stories about the shadow of the man.
Hello, and welcome to the Shadow of the Man Show. I'm your host, Andy. Oh, thank heavens, it's that Andy. Today, our guest is Wolfie. Wolfie, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Andy. Wait, what's your burner name? Do you have a burner name?
I first went in 96, and over all these years, it's like I never quite really ever got a Burning Man name. A couple of things kind of stuck. One thing I kind of went with was just people were just like, wait, who are you? And it's just like, and then just like, oh, you're that Andy.
So you're that Andy.
That Andy. Oh, yeah, that. So that's why at the beginning of the show, it's always my little introduction thing is like, that Andy. Oh, that.
That Andy.
That Andy. I mean, other ones I've heard is, God damn it, Andy, or fuck Andy, or
Fucking Andy.
fucking Andy. Yeah, but they're not exactly PG-13 names, I guess. So my one of my best friends in Burning Man, Jenny Kay, I think right? So she suggested you as a guest last year when I first started the show, and I've been trying to get a hold of you for like a while, and then, but like it's like the 7 degrees of separation kind of thing. It's like you talk to one person,
Totally.
another person, and then and through doing this show, I've actually refound old friends and met new old friends. So so you are the longtime mayor of it's Illumination Village or Illville?
Yes. Well, I am the current mayor
Current
of
mayor.
Illumination Village.
Okay.
So Illumination Village we've been around for 30 years.
Oh,
So
wow.
you can imagine being a longtime mayor means you really just lead for 3 to 5 years. And I am the current mayor. I would probably say we tried to do a count. I may be the 13th mayor of Illumination Village. I love to say I'm the mayor of Illumination Village, but also I come from a long line of other people who, represent this amazing village.
Mm-hmm. Do you get like a ceremonial sash and top hat and stuff like that?
I wish. This is it's not a paid job. It is a passion. It is a passion project. This is not something that you do for any other reason other than you love the village and you love Burning Man.
So perhaps
Because
the gear should be more of like a black and white striped shirt and a ball and chain.
yeah, prisoner. No, so we're having on Playa this year. As we're recording, I know you'll be seeing us, hearing this recording in January, but
Well,
we're
this is going to
recording.
be November 15th, I think. Yeah.
Oh, November 15th. Okay, but we're recording in August. I literally behind me have early access passes strewn out from my this is the mayor in action. And we have our 30th anniversary this year. So we are doing a parade.
Wow.
And on Thursday, which you're invited, we're
Ooh.
doing a parade. And basically, I will have a sash, and I will have a hat, and I will have a dress. And we're
Yeah.
basically going all out to celebrate our impact at Burning Man.
What time is it going to be at?
It's going to be at 5:30. At 5:30, we're going to gather for the group photo, and then 6 p.m. we'll take off.
And that's from your camp, and then you guys going to go like up and down the Esplanade or something?
I think we're going to go because we have mutant vehicles. I think we're actually going to go out to the Flaming Lotus Girls Project Haven. They're bringing a big, they camp with us generally, and they're bringing a big uh, honorarium project called Haven out to the playa this year. And that will be in between the man and the temple, but they haven't announced placement yet. So we don't fully know.
Oh, yeah. Flaming Lotus Girls. Oh, that's definitely one of my prime goals to like for interview subject. But I don't know. We can talk all about that later. Um,
Yeah, I can get you that interview.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. Like, okay, we're getting ahead of
Okay.
ourselves. So, what was your first year? Like, what brought you to Burning Man?
So great question. I'm from the Bay Area, right? I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in a little town called Pacifica, California. We have a beach called Lindemar Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up basically in a place called Pedro Point. It's right on Lindemar Beach. And so one of the things that you would do as a teenager is well, you would go hang out at the beach, and kind of get in trouble or like do nefarious things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out there and I come across this drum circle, and there's this 6 foot like mummy thing sitting there with his arms out, and we're walking by him with my friend, just watching, and these people are like, "Hey, what are you doing? Come join our drum circle. Come join us." And we're like, "What the hell? Who the hell are these people? This is some I had heard about Burning Man, of course, as part of the culture in the 90s in that area. Everyone that I knew that was in their 20s was going to Burning Man or raving or doing things like that. Like the underground rave scene was really big.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even though I'm young, I went to my first rave when in 1997. So I was already kind of into it. So back to Lindemar Beach. It turns out that these people who were at the beach were burning an effigy, and they were burning the man, and they were burning a man, I should say. And they were looking for new locations because they had gotten kicked off of Baker Beach. They couldn't use that location anymore, and they were scouting locations years. So I joined them. I
So,
joined
what year was
them.
this?
You know what? I couldn't tell you. It was early 90s.
Yeah.
It was probably like I was maybe 16, so it was like 96, 97. So I can here's my proof. I'm actually showing that Andy a picture
Oh.
of the man that was burned,
Oh,
and
yeah, okay. Yeah.
it was the founders of Burning Man. Of course, I'm a teenager at this time. I do not know anything about really what Burning Man is. This was foreshadowing for my first burn, right?
Mhm.
So years later, Absenthia. We're name dropping a little bit. Absenthia is she's been
Oh,
going to
yeah,
the
yeah.
burn forever. So she was there, and I'm telling her the story. And she's like, "Yeah, I was there with Larry, with a bunch of the heads of Burning Man. We burned the man," and she had a picture of it. And she actually gave me this photo.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was technically my first burn. Years later, in 2013, I was invited to actually go to Burning Man. Up until that time, uh, I had been like teaching at festivals. I was in the transformational arts, healing and facilitating groups and ecstatic dance. And so I had been teaching at Lightning in a Bottle. I've been teaching at Lucidity. I've been going to different festivals and doing those things. And someone offered me a ticket to go to Burning Man. And so 2013 was my first burn.
So you first ran into these like Burning Man refugees burning an effigy in Pacifica Beach, right?
Yeah.
In like the early mid 90s, and then it was 2013 by the time you made it out to Black Contest.
Yeah. I know. Well, I had to go through my own personal ability to go because I was like very much against like substances and like what kind of like the I wanted to be sober and I wanted to you
Hmm.
don't really know what Burning Man is because it is so associated with, in the default world with drugs and with like hedonism
Hmm.
and
Devil worship.
I couldn't and devil worshiping, right? And so I couldn't really get I couldn't get there until I could get there. So 2013, I had the funds, I was old enough, I was mature enough to get out there.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Like, no, because it's almost the mirror opposite of my experience, where it's like I started in '96 and then didn't exactly go every year, but then around 2011 I stopped, and then I took off about 13 years, and then I just last year was the first year I came back.
Yeah.
But
That's when I've been burning since you've been gone. Since you've been
yeah.
gone.
I know. Well, no, it's an era that I'm like very curious about, and of course, I hear all the stuff on like social media, and people talk about like, oh, plug and play camps, and this and that. But no, I mean, it's Burning Man still has the same magic it's always had. You know.
Absolutely. And I, unfortunately, I had so many friends that went to Burning Man in the early 2000s and in its heyday. I love Burning Man. I still think that it is a special place
Oh yeah.
and it's extreme. It's just one of those places where everything thing is extreme and intense.
Well, it's like what you're talking about, like wanting to go sober and just a feeling that it's like, oh yeah, it's just like this. Oh, God, what do we used to call it? I don't know, my brother and I used to call it the narcotics Olympics.
Yeah. I mean,
But I mean, it's one of the few places in the world where it's like you could be completely, utterly sober and you'll feel like you're tripping.
absolutely. I mean, I'm not sober by any means, but I also am because of my leadership position, I definitely like take it easy out there. And the more I go, the more I realize I actually don't need substances to like have a great time, to
Hmm.
dance all night long, to
Oh
see the
yeah.
sunrise. Like there's so much to experience there that's not being in a K-hole for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Well, I just remember like my personal experience and that of like my campmates and for many, many years up until now recently where I was like, oh no, there's a new way of doing things was like we would get there like on Saturday. We would usually be like driving from San Francisco, like like we get there like late and sometimes we'd been up for like days like already, and then we
Yeah.
set up, and then it's just like party, party, party. It's funny because like in the theme song for my show, like Jenny says we both came up with it together, but I credit her. It's the uh, party, 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 drama, 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 bitch, bitch, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
you know, so it's like you work, 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 and then you party, 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 and then everybody kind of like starts like going at each other's throats, and so after like 3 or 4 days, usually by like Wednesday or Tuesday or something. There'll be like some friends of ours who will just be arriving and they'll be fresh and we're like, oh, let's hit the town. Let's go have fun. Let's do some drugs. And I'm just like, "Argh." Like, no,
No.
I need to get some sleep. I'm gonna kill somebody.
Or you're like, I need to get out of here. Take
Yeah,
me away.
yeah.
That's
Well,
what I do. I usually need to leave, and just go like get a different vibe. Because I
mhm.
am in leadership. I do deal with people all burn long, which is great. I love it. I'm an extrovert.
Well, what do you mean by
Like
leave? Like just kind of wander about the playa by yourself,
get
or?
yeah, get out with my friends, like go for a bike ride, go out to Deep Playa, go find a dance party,
Hmm.
go like walk around our little part of the city.
That's interesting because I interviewed Diva Marisa,
Mhm.
and by the time people hear this, she's going to be I think September 15th episode. But Death Guild Thunderdome like mayor,
Mhm.
and she's almost the exact same thing. She says like, sometimes I just need to just like get away and just do my
Yeah.
own thing and just wander around and just be like, I'm a civilian. I'm not,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, you have to get out because 200 people all needing something from you and they all know me. I and I don't even know them. I don't even know who they are sometimes, but there's
Yeah.
a lot of people who have been coming back to the village years and years and years and years. So I know all of them, but new people who come in. And there's always something to deal with as, as a mayor, as a leadership person when you're, especially with a village, because we are a group of campers and artists who bring we are separate camps who all bring an experience together.
Yeah. So how does Illville work? Like what camps, how many you have and how many people you have?
Yeah, great question. So this year, it fluctuates every year depending on if some people take a year off or if we get a new camp that wants to come in. And so because we're an Esplanade camp, we do have to limit the amount of campers that we can have, especially with the new placement guidelines and the hubbing process. And consider Illumination Village is like the first hub. We are a group of people, camps, smaller camps ranging from 4 people to 20 people who all come together and share resources. So for our internals, because the org did kind of make, they're making us um, theme camps now. We're not allowed to apply as a village. But our internal resources, we run like we always have, which is a village. But for two placement, we are one theme camp.
So what's the difference between
So
a village and a hub?
not really anything. I think what it is that the a hub works with placement to they're hubbing to meet their sustainability goals. We are hubbing to meet our sustainability goals within the org by 2030, which is to reduce fossil fuels, which means, if you have a giant generator, can you share that generator with another large theme camp, right?
Mhm.
So, how do you share power, water, um, gray water, compost? How do you really collaborate with other camps outside of your own to get these needs met, right? And this was I think part of it too was based off of like trying to end the plug and play era.
Ah, yeah.
So, um, which that was I would say that you can get as plug and play as you want without being plug and play. Just
Plug and play is
resources.
a little different, right? I mean, that's
It
somebody coming in
is
saying, like, I want to create a camp with 200 people, and I'm going to have power, and I'm going to have like water, and I'm going to have food, and you can have everything, and you're going to pay from 5,000 to
ten
$50,000
thousand dollars.
or whatever. Yeah, to come
Oh,
here.
and by the way, you just need to show up, and there's going to be a tent waiting for you. Oh my God, fuck that! Barf in your mouth. Like consider like wow, taking radical self reliance just like down the drain. It's just I don't love it.
Yeah.
You can hear it in my voice. I don't love it. But I would consider Illumination Village to be a place where artists can collaborate. We all come together. We are like a microcosm of Burning Man. So we have within our 21 camps this year, we have 230 people. We have our dues, camp dues include uh, power, showers, and gray water. And they're $160. So they're very
That's reasonable.
accessible
Yeah.
for an Esplanade camp. So out of those 21 camps, we have 40 art pieces. 23 of those are
Wow.
fire artists, where you can walk into our fire carnival, push buttons, and it goes poof poof. Fire all night. So we're one of the original fire villages. I know there's like the fire conclave, and this is, I would say, complementary to them. We have 6 interactive spaces. So we have a cafe, we have 2 bars, we have a steam room, an off-grid steam room. We have, and then we have like night mutant vehicles. And then we house also 4 art support camps who are doing deep playa art. So it's a lot, right? Like we provide a lot. That's why I say we're a microcosm of Burning Man. It is why we didn't hub, because part of the regulations through placement, especially this year and the previous years, if you were an art support camp, you wouldn't qualify for Esplanade placement.
Uh,
So we give artists a space on Esplanade. We are an Esplanade camp. This year we're going to be at 2 o'clock in Esplanade,
oh, okay.
which we're holding down the corner. Um,
Oh.
yeah. So again, it really wouldn't have been possible without all of those people. We don't just have one offering. We are a place that you can come and experience art.
So
So
since you're
I
at the
encourage,
2 o'clock side, I mean, are you guys like doing like the large scale sound art as well, or
so we
is
do
that
have a stage. No, what, when we got our placement, I kind of freaked out a little bit. I mean, it's a big space. It is the corner of Black Rock City.
yeah, yeah.
And has traditionally been known as a sound camp corner. But this year they're moving the sound camps back to, I think, D and E is where they start.
Huh.
And then the front is kind of like more chill. So I did have a moment where I was like, oh shit, this is going to be nuts. But then I talked to placement and kind of got some assured, like, okay, you guys aren't like right there. There's 4 blocks between you and the first sound camp.
Ah. Well, also, I think a lot of there's, I don't know what I was calling sound barges. Like it's like mobile sound camps of these gigantic. I mean, I guess you call them art
Like
cars.
Mayan Warrior.
Yeah.
I think I heard Mayan Warrior um, camps at like 2 is going to be on the 2 o'clock side. So we will see Mayan Warrior get to drive by our village, which I think is
That's
cool.
cool. Yeah.
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 So yeah. So I mean, so how? So let me think. How
I
many?
know we kind of got off topic. We were,
Well, okay. Well,
go
let's go back
ahead.
to the beginning. So you first went in 2013.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did I mean? So you had friends in the community. Well, I actually kind of wanted to go back to this whole Pacifica thing at first. So like,
Yeah.
I had thought, okay, so was it 1986, through 1990 or whatever, they were, burning like the effigy like down at like Baker Beach, and then
Hmm.
as the story goes, the park police said no, you can't burn it here. Then 1990, Cacophony kind of comes in and say, hey, drag it out to the Black Rock, and they do that. But I didn't realize that they were still
They were still doing,
doing a beach burn somewhere like Pacifica. Wow,
yeah.
it was just like early mid 90s, and it was like
Yeah.
Larry and pals.
Yeah. And I literally had no idea who these people were. I was joining a drum circle with these weird people who ended up being really cool, right? Because they're like, yeah, we like come hang out with us
And
and jam with us. And
did you stay in touch with them like over the next
no, no, but I'm from
years?
the Bay Area. So when you're a burner, right? And you're kind of, and through my, so I went to my first burn in 2013, and I just camped in like normal open camping. I had a group of friends. We were out on 6 and like E, and I just did the regular burn. And to be honest, I wasn't actually, I did the spectator burn, we'll say.
Well, it's your first year. Yeah.
It was my first year. I was a spectator 100%,
Were
but
your
I'm
friends
not a,
like veteran burners, or they're their first time too?
they brought a rolly cart bar.
Okay.
We would like roll it around and kind of cruise around and serve drinks and stuff like that, but it wasn't what I do now. And to be honest, I wasn't that impressed. You know, I hate to say that now, but I wasn't. I was just in a place where like, is this really what I'm going to do with my life? Like, go like take drugs and get high every night? Like, it did catapult me into like, what the hell are you doing with your life, Wolfie moment.
Hmm.
And, but it wasn't until my second burn, so actually at a regional, I met my, probably like 2 months later, I met my future husband
Oh,
at Utopia Regional Burn in San Diego. And he asked me, he said, "How was your first Burning Man?" And I was like, "It was okay." And he was like, "What? It was okay?" Like he was taken aback. But again, I'm not a great spectator, right? It took me like 3 or 4 years to really like, ah, like I get it now.
well, I think
And
experience is different for everybody. I think a lot of people
absolutely.
think or they talk about it, it's like, oh, this transformational thing. And it's like in your first time there, it's this magical thing, and you will cry on the playa, and your life will be changed. And like, it's like, everybody has their own path. I mean, my first year, I was like, I went to this crazy thing and I almost died. And I, in fact, saw some people I think that did die, and I was like, this is
Yeah.
crazy. This is insane. This is like an inferno. This is hell. Oh my God. I got to come back again next year.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I ended up taking a year off and then I went back with Illumination Village. So my ex, I'm going to name him Wonder Boy. That's his name. I'm going to call him by his client name.
Okay.
I love Wonder Boy. Uh, he's now my ex-husband. So, but he showed me how to do Burning Man. And it was through being of service and bringing a gift,
Participating.
participating,
Yeah.
really, really getting that Black Rock City, the offerings of Black Rock City, they don't exist if the people who come to Black Rock City don't bring them.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think that is sexy. That is hot. You don't see that anywhere really else in the world except for the regionals. You don't go to an
Oh, yeah.
event and see no vending, but like the ability to get a grilled cheese sandwich or a crepe or like a popsicle or strawberry shortcake or
Hmm.
or a drink, given to you. And I think that I wasn't able to experience that in that way until I got over the spectatorness of it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a great spectator. I like to be on the ground offering in service. That's who I am.
That kind of brings me to something because I've always felt that if Burning Man's just kind of a bucket list thing for somebody, they just go once and they're just kind of like, okay, check, did that.
Yeah.
Uh, And then I think there's kind of a honeymoon kind of period if it's not a bucket list. So it's like within 3 years, it's like unless you start volunteering or participating or doing something, it's like after 3 years, you're just kind of like, been there, done that. But I think if you get involved and you do something and you radically express yourself, it's like you'll wake up and it'll be 30 years later.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what have I been doing? Like,
Yeah. Well, that's Charlie Gadigan. He's the founder of Illumination Village, and
oh, really?
he just yeah, he shows up and he's been come. This will be his 30th year this year.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I think that it's a really good point. I like I believe that Burning Man is better when it is a a participatory event. So, like when you're bringing something that you love, by year three, to your point, I was already a camp lead. So
Okay.
my one of my two campers, my two camp leads, we were the grid of Illumination Village. We were the grid crew. That's how I got into Illumination Village. And we brought a steam room. So Wonder Boy
Oh.
brought a steam room. You probably know who he is. But he brought a steam room and we started serving the village. And at first it was just a village wide thing and we would have public hours and we would just see all of these people coming in. They'd go into the steam room, they'd undress, they'd go in the steam room, they'd come out, they'd be like, this was the most amazing thing that I've ever
Huh.
experienced. And just to have that, just to see the people's joy brought joy to me. And it gave me more joy to keep coming back and bringing
I never even thought
the
of that, like a
steam room.
steam room on the play. Because I mean, you're like,
Oh
oh,
my
it's
gosh.
hot. What do you want in a steam room? But I'm like, now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, wow.
No, you want to do a steam room when it's hot because when it's hot, the steam room is hotter than it is outside. And so when you get out of the steam room,
Oh,
not only are you clean, you are wet, you are cooled down.
yeah.
So, right at night, you it's cold outside and you're warmed up and you're cleaned off and
Oh my
it's
God.
like perfect to go to bed. So it really is that perfect gift.
Wow, that's
And
genius.
there's quite a few steam room saunas on um, at Burning Man now. It's kind of taken off. There's a lot of sauna projects.
Because it's always been like the misters kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah, I'll keep it cool
Yeah,
during the day, but it's very kind of ephemeral. It's just like mist. Oh, it's good. Then it goes away.
yeah. No, this is what I think one of the most amazing experiences you can have on the playa is going into a steam room and then coming outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you said
So I started
so
Charlie
Charlie
Gadigan.
Cadigan started Illville. So what would that be? 96,
Yeah, 95, 96.
95, 96. So is Illville been kind of where, Southern California, like LA kind of?
No, we're Bay Area.
Oh, Bay Area.
So yeah, Bay Area. I'm actually from the Bay Area. I just live in Southern California
Oh,
now because of life circumstances brought me here. But I'm from, like I said, the Northern California. So I lived up there until 2019 and then I moved here. And there's a place, it's a very magical place called the Box Shop. And the Box Shop is a collaborative, basically workspace for big art.
hmm.
It's where the Flaming Lotus Girls work out of. Charlie Gadigan works out of there. Just so many different art. Charlie Gadigan is him. He started it, and it's still alive today. It's actually I was just there on Wednesday,
Where is that?
so it's in the Hunters Point, San
Uh,
Francisco,
uh,
and they have a 1 year lease and then their lease expires. So they're like raising money to save the box shop. So shout out to the box shop if you want to keep art alive in San Francisco. Go
oh
check it
yeah,
out.
yeah. We'll put that in the show notes. Do they have like a website?
Yeah, boxshopsf.com.
And can like you said various artists you can like rent a space there or like work on your.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can rent spaces. There's containers. They did buy a new space that they will move into, and I don't know what the status is of that space right now.
hmm.
It's going to take a lot to get it up and running. I
Oh,
mean, because the box shop itself, it's containers that are kind of stacked on top of each other. There's a big workshop and you can rent out containers and work from there.
hmm. So like your first year, you were just spectator. You took a couple years off. You come back, uh, Wonder Boy, and he introduces you to Illumination Village,
Illumination Village.
and then you get hooked. And then by the third year, you're helping to organize.
I'm camp lead. I have a background in leadership, so I and organizing people. So it was kind of like the perfect skill set to have managing a smaller camp. And then I did that until 2019. 2019, COVID happened in 2020. So the burn got shut down. I didn't go. I burned in place. And I had a series of events. I invited my friends and we had like a unicorn brunch and we did slow the fuck down protest where we were like, because I lived on a corner and people would just like speed. So I got all my friends out and we like had a party and like drank cocktails and told people, drive like my grandma. And 2022, I sparkle ponied. I didn't do any leadership. I just came in. I decided I was going through a divorce at that time and just decided to come in and join a camp and really decided, God, I'm really not a spectator. I really need to do something. Like if I'm coming to Burning Man, I'm building art. I'm organizing something. I'm a part of a team. I need to be doing that stuff. And then 2023, so in 2022, Illumination Village lost its Esplanade placement and we got moved back to like 3 o'clock in F or something like that,
Hmm.
which was the first time in years and years and years that I don't think it had ever happened actually. We were always on Esplanade and known for Esplanade placement.
Yeah, yeah.
And so in 2023, we got a note from placement that said, hey, no one from the placement team wanted you guys because you're a black hole and you're never on. And
What?
they basically just gave us a good reaming and a good spanking. They were like, you need to step it up if you're going to be on Esplanade.
So what things just
I
kind of
think,
drifted over time and until like by 2022
well,
or something like
yeah, I think that when sometimes we can be entitled to think we're entitled to things, that things are just going to happen and we don't need to work for them. And I think maybe we got a little tired and the previous years before. And maybe because the way that our village was set up, you could like kind of walk through it,
mhm.
which is unique. But it didn't offer as much light as placement wanted up in front. So that was just a challenge. Like, yeah, it broke our hearts a little bit, it like ruffled some feathers, but I really think that we needed that to step up our game.
Yeah. It was a challenge.
And it was a challenge. And guess what? We did that. We pulled as many artists as we possibly could. We committed to 24/7 interactivity, being lit up 24/7. We're lit up all night. We have fire pits running until like 3, 4 a.m. We got like this kind of beautiful LED fence out in front of our
Huh?
village that it's these 40 poles that all light up. And then we were able to, this year, we got them, um, they can be, we got new lighting for them, like I'm not in any way, I am an organizer, okay? I'm not a
The
builder.
engineer.
So confuse me. Yeah, we have them engineered to like all to the entwined lighting, entwined the art piece. It was the trees.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so that's Charlie Gadican.
Oh, yeah.
That's Charlie's piece, one of Charlie's piece. Elder Mother is a Charlie Gadican piece. Uh, Crown, like he is a iconic Burning Man artist. He's
Hmm.
brought so much big art out there, but he gave us the light. So it's going to be synchronized to our music and it's got entwined lighting. And we just committed, we just committed to, okay, if we want to bring it for Esplanade, then we need to bring it. So that's what we do. And that's how I got started being the mayor is I started helping out and just committing to organizing people and organizing volunteers and organizing all of that. And then people just magically started listening to me and already we're calling me the mayor in 2023.
I find it's not that hard. It's kind of like, we ran a bar for a long time and at first it was just like we brought all this liquor and all this stuff and people come up and be like, "What do you want? We'll make anything." And people just like, I don't know. I don't know. And so then we kind of switched to like, we had three 5 gallon coolers where it's like, okay, this one's a Mai Tai, like this one's a margarita, and this one's like
Yeah,
whatever. So they come up and like, oh yeah, it's like, hey, would you like one of these three things? And they're just like, yeah,
yeah, exactly, right? Simplify things.
yeah.
It's actually not rocket science to organize 21 camps. You have to have a system. You just have to have a system. And so that's part of what I have helped, and it will be my legacy when I stop being the mayor, is giving them a structure.
Well, also for a village to be 30 years old, I mean, there's not many. I mean, I'm not sure how many
No,
camps. I mean, Thunderdome has been around, but is it like Blue Light District? Maybe I don't know. Uh,
Center camp is 30 years old this year.
I mean, like the pavilion.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's like an org run thing.
it's true.
Because I mean that's another question I want to have. It's like, yeah, it's like how does like something persist for so long? Like, and especially it's like I said, like Charlie Gadigan is it like just like running this thing for 30 years straight, right? I mean, it's got to be low as like new blood. People come in, people will come out, but the tradition still holds.
Yeah, I think it's important to that every mayor has had their own flavor and has added something unique to the village.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I when I first came on, I remember looking through the Google Drive for our email and finding like a captain's log from Polly Superstar, who was the mayor in like 2015. And like these are things telling me things that I didn't know that I needed to know. And so I started my own captain's log. So that person, whoever takes over in 10 years or however long this village lasts, can read through it and kind of see like, oh, these are the things that need to happen. There's certain things that need to happen by when date, and then the rest is politics and relationships. It's relationships with placement and being a good camp lead, making sure
Mm-hmm.
you meet your deadlines. It's setting up accounts. It's making sure you have enough campers
Mm-hmm.
and enough camps and enough art and interactivity to come and bring what we are proposing that we're going to bring. And then the rest is like, okay, we're leaving it up to the man, the god, the goddess. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So of the 20 some odd camps that are part of it, the Illville, like is it the same camps like year after year, or is it? I mean, I'm sure it kind of fluctuates. Like some come, some go.
yeah, it is. It's a mixture. It's a mixture of camps that have been coming for all 30 years. It's some
Yeah.
people that have returned, I would say Charlie, he's coming this year. He's our longest running camp. Flaming Lotus Girls, they've been coming for a long time, but they don't always get an honorarium. So if they don't get an honorarium, they're not coming to Burning Man, or they don't need art support. They're just
Mhm.
coming as individuals. It really depends. I would say people come in and come out. There's 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 a lot of people that go to Burning Man every year. Sometimes a year off is needed.
Yeah, yeah. I learned that actually
Sometimes
pretty
10
early
years
on.
off is needed.
Yeah, I took 13, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think I went straight my first like three or four, and then it started to be kind of like year on, year off. But
Yeah. And I think it's healthy to do that. It's hard, like when you're in a position like mine, because everyone, there's some people that would want me to be the mayor forever, right? But that's a commitment. That means I have to come to Burning Man every year,
then you really need a
right?
top hat and sash. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, a quality one too.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, as I always say, like life intrudes. It's like what I mean. I think what I've been noticing that the pattern is like quite a lot of people. Like if you look at the census for almost every particular year, like the bulk of like the age range. If you do like 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, like the biggest bulk is usually like 20s, maybe 20s, 30s, so I think quite a lot of people kind of get into it. Not everybody, but quite a lot of people get into it like when they're younger, and then yeah, then years goes by and
Yeah. And
life
they're older now.
concludes and you have kids and maybe
Totally.
like things change or you move your job, whatever, so it's like, I mean,
We definitely have an older demographic in the village because it's seasoned burners.
I like
But this year, we have one whole entire camp of 30-year-olds who came to Burning Man one time. They're called Soul Garden. I'm going to give them a little plug. And then they decided to bring out big playa art.
awesome.
They're one of our art support camps. And like, this is what people like me were like, yes, this is our legacy,
Yeah.
right? Like, these are the people who get involved with the village. Like, I was in my early 30s, mid 30s when I started coming to the village. And we're the people who have enough energy to take it on to like move the village forward. But one of the things that I like to keep in mind, I'm very big on like who came before us, our ancestors, if you will.
Hmm.
And my ancestors in the village are people like Charlie, are people like Colin, are people like Biana, are people like Polly Superstar, Julie Danger, who really helped shape this village. And I can't put my own agenda into what I think I want this village to be. There's so many people who have an opinion. I can just listen and listen well and execute based off of the original intention of the village, which is we are all about art. One of the original intentions of the village was everyone brings a piece of art. Everyone in the village, even if it's the size of a postage stamp, they have to bring art. So we are really all about the art. And that is something that I heard from Charlie and I just decided to like implement it. So every meeting I plug that. And which is why we have 40 art pieces coming.
Wow.
That's big. It's more than we've had in years past, for sure.
Hmm. But whether it's
So
a village or Burning Man as a whole, like yeah, I mean the original people who first came up with the village or Burning Man, whatever, it's like are aging. I mean, there's a
yeah.
like Rising Sparks thing. It was like, oh, they want to bring in or get the younger blood like kind of up to speed. But yeah, it's not only just kind of passing off the torch and be like, okay, do whatever you want, but like you said, it's like there is a history, there is a legacy,
Yeah.
and so
Like this is where you come from.
yeah, but it's also I don't think it's like creating like mm, I was gonna say museum or mausoleum, you know, like, and it's not
I
like
think that's already been done.
yeah, 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 or it's not like burn it down. It's like let's just recreate everything new from scratch. It's like I think it's both the rising sparks and the dying embers,
Absolutely.
can kind of
100%.
come together and keep the flame alive.
Yeah. And I think that that brings up a good point. There's a lot of mentorship that's possible. And I really do hope that younger people step in to leadership
So is
at Burning
a younger
Man.
Wolfie, a little cubby, uh, following you
Well,
the
the
board?
the younger Wolfie, I don't so I've always been a badass bitch. Okay, let's be clear.
Bad.
But I'm looking for another badass bitch to take over for me when
Uh-huh.
that person shows up.
Gauntlet thrown.
Let's go. You know, I always there. I can pick it out in people. The people who show up, the people who get their forms in on time, the people who show up early to the meetings or on time to the meetings. Those are the kind of people that I'm looking for to run the village.
Mm-hmm.
Those people who are pumped, who
Yeah.
are bringing playa art their second year,
Yeah.
you know?
That's the thing is like you are looking for it too. It's not like I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold on to this. You're gonna pry it out of my dead hands. Like please
No.
take
Well,
it from
here's
me.
the thing. the village doesn't belong to me,
Oh yeah.
right? Like it's really easy to be in a position like mine and be like, this is my village and I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm Wolfie and I can do whatever I want. No, that's not that's not how this works.
That's right.
If I want it to be, if I want the village to continue and be amazing, I need to leave it in good hands.
Yeah. That's why I find like ego at times can be kind of poisonous to Bernie. And it kind of comes out here and there, and I'm always just kind of like, why, why are you
Yeah, absolutely. I
so
mean,
difficult?
I think there is I have to have a huge ego to bring this freaking village to Esplanade. Like, there's times I have to like talk myself up and into it and like be the big girl, you know?
Hmm.
Because like there's a part of me that is intimidated, that doesn't feel like she knows anything sometimes
Well,
and
we're all
how to do
human.
anything,
Yeah.
right? But like that ego, it comes in handy. It just can't get out of, like, I can't use it to be in power. I like to be a benevolent leader. You know,
Exactly.
everyone matters in my village. Everyone matters, every voice matters. And I can't let everyone's opinions get to me,
Exactly. Well, great
right?
power
Because it's
comes great responsibility, right?
yeah. But also it's fucking Burning Man, you know?
Yeah.
So there's yeah, I don't let the power get to me, but I do let it uplift me. You know, like I get, look, I'm the mayor of a village on Esplanade. That is amazing. That shows me that I can pretty much do anything. I can organize anything. I can produce a, you know, a massive, amazing, beautiful party at Burning Man,
Hmm.
right?
Oh yeah.
Where 1,500 people are in my village dancing around and pressing buttons. And it's like hedonism at its finest. And like, I'm not going to like pretend that that doesn't uplift me. It
Oh
does.
yeah.
It's why I do it.
That's definitely like I mean like one of the best like life achievements possible. Like oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay,
Exactly.
well, one last question before I move on to your background.
Yes.
How would a like if someone wanted to be part of Illville, like if they had a camp and they were just like, oh, I have my 10 people, like what are your criteria? Like, or who would you let in?
Great question. So we always, artists,
Hmm.
the first question is, what are you bringing? Are you bringing, is it a fire art piece? Is it an interactivity? We want to make sure that we curate the village so that it all works together simultaneously.
Hmm.
I'm not big on having like bars, even though we do have two bars. I don't, I'm of the, I, I think there's too many bars at Burning Man. Now that I have access to the airways, I'm going to say it. I did 1 year no drinking, and I went and I was in leadership at Burning Man, and it drove me nuts.
Hmm.
There's no non-alcoholic stuff. Anyway,
Well,
I
actually, that's kind of been changing. There's actually a
has
series of
it.
like alcohol free, but like there's a Facebook group called like alcohol free burners, and that's I think
Okay,
oh yeah, and so I think like on Thursday they're gonna do like a bar crawl and stuff, and it's
cool.
funny because like my brother and I like we had a camp years ago. We were thinking about bringing back not for this year, but we were the cult of distraction, and so
Uh-huh.
we were a bar, and yeah, it was pretty much
I
like
know.
just drinking all the time, and then
I know.
after
I
a
know.
number of years, my brother discovered, he was an alcoholic. So we're like, yeah, maybe we can't do that anymore. you know, so then we were
Yeah,
thinking of reinventing it. And for the past couple of years, it's like I've been making all of these like non-alcoholic recipes, and I've come
that's
up with some
awesome.
like really good. And so I came up with this whole idea of like, oh, you can get like the soda gun, and you can get
Yeah.
like passion fruit, guava. I mean, there's all different. I mean, I've come up with these like amazing drinks. It's like none of them have alcohol in it, and it's like it
Yes.
tastes amazing. And then
I love
like,
that.
our idea was like to pair that, and then our longest standing dream of bringing a donut machine.
Okay, so if you do your non-alcoholic beverages and donut machine, This is the exact thing that we would say hell yes to.
Okay.
And right, like, are you unique? Are you bringing art? What is your contribution? Because that's
Hmm.
really what we're looking for. Is we're looking for those people.
Yeah, yeah. And my brother definitely he is an artist and he's built some things. That's why I was kind of interested about the box shop because he lives there in San Francisco, and I'm just like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
like
you should check it out.
yeah, yeah.
You might already know about it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that's okay. Let's see, what other, oh, how would they actually apply? Well, basically, they would go to the website. We have an illuminationvillage.org website, and you can find our contact info and just reach out. We will probably have an application up around the time that this episode comes out. So if you are thinking like, oh, this place sounds awesome, then go fill out an
Illumination
application.
illuminationvillage.org.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'll put that in the show notes too. All
awesome.
right. Well, let's
Thank
get
you.
on to our second question now.
Great.
Yeah, what was your life like before Burning Man? Like, nothing happened before Burning Man.
No, I think a lot
So where'd
happened
you
before
grow
Burning
up?
Man.
You
I mean,
said
I grew
Pacific?
up in the Bay Area. Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up in Pacifica, little ocean girl, West Side. Half Moon Bay High School. I I definitely had a lot of let's see, you know what the ACEs are? Adverse childhood experiences.
Oh,
There's a there's a scoring system. Out of 10, I have 9 adverse childhood experiences
wow. Okay.
out of 10. And this is why I kind of was like, I could have been a convict, and or I went the complete other direction. I had a parent in prison, and I've experienced physical and emotional violence. I left the house early when I was 18. I am a military dropout, but I went through boot camp, Air Force boot camp at 18, which gave me, some confidence and helped me steer me in the right direction, we'll say, in life. But I've always been an adventurer. I've always kind of like been like, oh, I'm going to Hawaii for a vacation. Oh, I got a job while I'm there. Okay, fuck it. I'm moving to Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii at 24. I've never been
Oh,
afraid to,
really? Where'd you live?
yeah.
Where'd you do?
I lived on the Big Island.
Okay.
I was a waitress.
We're like
I worked for,
side,
I was on Kona side.
Kona side. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah.
like more like the resorts. I mean, more the jobs are. Yeah.
That's where the big cruise ship comes in
Yeah.
and then drops off, 1,500 Texans to go shopping and drink and eat
Drinking.
barbecue.
Yeah.
And,
Well, there's definitely
but like,
two
yeah,
different sides of the big island. Like there's the Kona, then there's the Hilo side, and because where like I started the Hawaii regional like in 2002, and so we had
amazing.
the 2006, 7, and 8. We had a festival there in Puna, and I think
Oh,
in the
cool.
jungles called Rebirth, and yeah, there's definitely a lot of like kind of homeless like young people that kind of go there to
Yeah. I
just
mean, you
like,
can.
yeah, it's like
You
you
can
can
be
stay.
homeless on that big
Oh
island.
yeah, it's like you're not gonna freeze to death. It's like you can find like forage for like fruit and food
Food,
and stuff and fish. It's kind of easy living. And then there's different groups of like communal like groups of people.
lots of communities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Well, I did not have that experience. I definitely had like very traditional or conventional, I mean, unconventional, but my experience growing up was like very normal, like religious, kind of Catholic, but
hmm
also my dad was in prison. And so I was kind of like the trashy Catholic, with the parent in prison, the bad girl already.
I know what
Um,
I'm
yeah. And then I went to, but yeah, that's what kind of kid I was. I was, you know, never afraid to do something new or try something new. And after the Big Island, I lived at a yoga ashram for like 4 months and meditated and did yoga. And then I got myself into massage school. And I learned massage and holistic health because I realized, like, hey, I cannot party for the rest of my life, which is funny that I'm now the mayor of Burning Man Village. But
Well, it's not a party rule.
I, no, it's not a party rule, but a lot of people think that it is. But yeah, I started my own business when I was 26 years old in 2004. I've worked with, God, I have thousands of hours of body work with people. Like I said, I taught at transformational festivals like Lightning on a Bottle and Lucidity and some other ones I can't even remember, and regionals like Utopia, and offered my work there. And I started a global women's project, and I did a lot of women's circles. So I've been like, I was kind of facilitating and, like I said, ecstatic dance and somatic work before people were even saying the word somatic. And I was just a little adventurer trying to figure out how I was going to make my way into in this world.
Hmm.
So I've always been one to adventure. Like even these days, you'll find me when I'm not at home gardening or like painting or doing something, going to school. I'm walking across countries with my siblings. I literally just got back this summer from walking the Tour de Mont Blanc, which is a trek in through France, Italy, and Switzerland.
Wow. That sounds
And you do
awesome.
it on foot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I love camping. I've always been a camper. Like I've just always being stagnant at home doesn't really serve me. I need to be out. I need to be like doing stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So there was a life before Burning Man, let me tell you. It was tumultuous and there was a lot of challenges and also a lot of ways that I overcame those challenges and a lot of healing work on myself and a lot of like just a lot of the things that you find at Burning Man, I was kind of
Hmm.
still doing.
Well,
I
that's
was doing it.
yeah. That's one of the things I'm just fascinated about, like with my show, is like, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's not so much focusing on the flames, but like, celebrating the phoenix. It's like,
Yeah.
so that kind of gets us to our last question, is like the impact of Burning Man on your life. So,
Oh, wow. I
you
think that,
let's.
the biggest thing, the impact of Burning Man, if I didn't have Burning Man, I wouldn't have this life that I have now. Like,
Yeah.
I really do owe Burning Man, the event, the city, the people. I mean, these people are my family. These are the people that I call when I want to hang out with someone to when I'm literally losing my shit.
Hmm.
You know, like because they know me better than anyone. I think when you spend a week, 2 weeks in the desert with people, you become family. Not everyone. Like there's people where you're like, wow, I can never see them again. And then there's people where you're like, wow, I have to see you again. Like I must see you again. And I have some of my best friends from Burning Man. And again, as I was referencing before, it's given me a sense of who I am. Because in 2022, I went through a divorce. And it was like I lost everything. Like I went through 10,000 identity deaths. And I I didn't know who I was. And I showed up at Burning Man in 2020. So March was my separation. I was still separated, not divorced yet in August. And I didn't think that because Wonder Boy was also part of Illumination Village, I'm like, this is his village. He brought me in. And so instead of camping in Illumination Village, I bought camp dues at like three separate camps because I didn't know where I wanted to be. Okay, guess where I ended up camping? Illumination Village. So I ended up camping in Illumination Village, and I was on the Dragon art car when Lucy Hosking, amazing fire artist, iconic, epic. Definitely, she has the Calliope. It's the piano
Oh yeah,
flame
yeah, yeah.
car. So we were on her dragon, and I remember I'm crying to like I see a couple of my friends from like previous years, and I'm like, I didn't know if I was supposed to be here because it's Wonder Boys camp, and they're like, this is your family, so you belong here. We're gonna take care of you. And I felt so included and anchored into this family that I have.
There's nothing like that. Yeah.
There is nothing like that. All 230 of them.
Wow.
I consider them my family, and there's people I talk to every day, and I just wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for Burning Man. I also think too, I am now leaning into my artist. I worked one on one with people for years and led groups, and then through in the 2020s, I got into painting and making art myself. Like as I told you in the very beginning, like I'm not a builder. I have to learn. I've had to learn all of these things. So it has opened up my creativity, that door to my creativity and my abilities. Like I didn't know that I could draw, but it turns out I actually can draw. But I didn't know I could draw. I didn't know that I could write. I didn't know that I could,
Oh, yeah.
because I was just so primed to like make money and kind of hustle and like take care of
Well, I think
myself
that's
and
one of the
my
things that Burning Man kind of challenges people to do because I think in life, like people just, I don't know. I mean, unless someone kind of like prompts you or something, it's like, how do you know if you're good at something unless you try it? And like, why would you try it unless someone's like, hey, try this? I mean, I think most people are not all that like adventurous, and I think that's something that Burning Man
yeah,
just kind of shows you. It's like, hey, like there are possibilities out there. It's like, try
yeah.
this, try that. Yeah.
And then like seeing what people create, it's like, wow, how did you think of that?
Well, it's inspirational.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Or that gives me an idea.
Yeah. So again, when I'm not the mayor, I will probably the next year bring art. I have this idea that's been slowly cultivating in my head, and I really want to do it, but I'm not going to say what it is because
Yeah, yeah, no.
someone else might someone else might do it
You can tell me
before I do, which would
off
be
the air
fine.
later. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air, but
Yeah.
it's a really good idea,
Oh, awesome.
and I just don't have the bandwidth. Like right now, I spend 40 hours a week running this village right now because
Well,
it's August,
like how much of
right?
your life is taken up with that? Because even you have your business, you have your life, I mean, family or whatever,
Yeah.
how much is taken up?
Well, I think because I'm self-employed, I've always learned how to manage my time. But right now I'm at like 30 to 40 hours. In January, think of it's like maybe 5 hours,
So it's seasonal.
5 hours a week
Yeah.
or something like that, talking to people or filling out paperwork, meetings, and then as it kind of gets incrementally more time consuming. So yeah, like right now I'm like at 40 hours a week. It's a
Well,
job.
today is August 9th.
Yeah.
So like two
we
weeks.
I leave in 9 days.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one last question I have for you, because we were
Yeah.
talking about growing up, with Christianity, Catholicism. How would you
Mhm.
compare, like your history of Christianity is like with your history of like of your burning family?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I think that Catholicism is at its core ritualistic.
Hmm.
And what do we do at Burning Man? We're just doing a big ritual.
With a lot more
So I
fun.
don't see, yeah, there's a lot more fire, but I will. uh, I think that when the man burns, you get in touch with God. Like there's no way to not feel something when you see that big of a fire and
Oh,
feel that heat. And yeah, I think I mean, I kind of love that there's not a lot of like Christianity or Catholicism there, like religious, because it's different, but it's still a ceremony.
hmm.
It's still a ritual. It's still
It's a community.
calls you. It's a pilgrimage,
Yeah.
it's your family.
Hmm. That's what I
So
kind of found is like whether like Burning Man religions, like one of the biggest commonalities. I mean, like Larry Harvey's famous for saying it's like Burning Man's like the religion without the higher power. Like it's the
yeah,
the communion. It's the
yeah,
community. It's people kind of coming together. It's like if they when it's like the wildfires in Southern California, it's just he was like, oh,
yeah,
where can I evacuate? Who can help me? Who's going to pitch in? It's like members of your church or members
yep,
of the Burning
exactly.
Man community. Yeah.
Yeah. And my next partner definitely needs to be a burner and needs to understand because I cannot date a non-burner. They do not get it. And uh, it's interesting. I come across, even though like I'm amazing, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I go to Burning Man, I'm a red flag because of what it stands for to people who don't know what it is.
Oh.
It's this like big festival where people just like get naked and have sex and do drugs. And to people, that's what it is to people. And they don't understand that's not what it is at all. It's this
Yeah.
temporary social experiment that can give you everything that you have imagined and dreamed of, and a lot of access, a lot of doors opening. And that's why I do it. I don't do it to get high every night. Like I'm in my 40s. I can't even do that shit anymore. Like I can't even live like that.
Yeah.
I need a good night of sleep. I need to go to bed. I'm tired by 2 a.m. I'm going to
2
bed.
a.m.
I'm
Like
I
11.
know. I know. I'm leaving my friends. I'm like disappearing. They all know this about me.
Oh yeah.
Like
No, that was my radical
um
experience at Burning Man last year, where yeah, I went to bed by like 11, maybe like midnight, and so like all my friends were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go out and we're gonna do this and that," and I'm like, we'd hang out. They're all getting ready. I'm like, "Yeah," and then they all leave, and I'm like, "Okay, now I can I can go to sleep." And then like I'd wake up in the morning, and then I'd just bright eyed and bushy tailed. I'm like, "Wow, like this is what this is what morning should
yeah,
feel like." My friends were like still
exactly.
up and like, "You're staying up." No,
Yeah.
I just got up and they're like, I think
Exactly.
that's why so many people are like, I need to have like a tent that has an air conditioner or an RV. And like, I'm always like, why do you need all this stuff? It's like, so you could sleep during the day. It's like, well, why do you sleep
Yeah,
during the day? It's like,
because you're up
because you
all
didn't
night.
sleep at night. It's like, just
Yeah,
sleep at night, but
yeah,
uh, to each their own.
yeah. I like to facilitate that for people. Like they can go do that for themselves. But I'm gonna make sure that I have to be up by 10 a.m. because day mayors show up and they need to be told what to do. They need their checklist. And so I need to get up every morning and walk around the village and see the things that need to be done and taken care of to hand it off to our leadership.
Well, I suppose that's probably one of the prime qualifications of being a camp leader, mayor, is that you're responsible.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
like, where's the mayor? They're like, they did too many drugs and they're just like asleep
Yeah, exactly.
again. Like,
Yeah,
who do I get to help me? I don't know, not them.
exactly. No, we actually have volunteers. One of the things that happens in the village is you have to volunteer for 2 shifts in that make the village run. So we have like tons. I have like a day mayor every day that works from 10 to 4. We have LNT. We have We've got all sorts of people who volunteer all day and night. So I don't have to do all the work. Like I've done all the work. That's why my job is, that's why I'm doing it. And
Well,
then once we get
delegation
on
is
fire,
another key requirement of a good leader. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will burn out very quickly.
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, I think we're kind of reaching the time limit here. Well, thank you so
Okay.
much. This is like we were talking about before. It's like you've
Awesome.
been one of my dream guests I've been wanting to have for the whole past year.
Oh my God. Wow.
Well, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Andy. And I see you at the burn.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this show, please subscribe, rate, and review it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. The more reviews the show has, the more likely it will even appear in search results. Also, please tell a friend and share this show with anyone that you think might like it. Word of mouth reaches quite far, especially in the Burning Man community. If you would like to contact us, please send an email to shadowofthemanpodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow Shadow of the Man on social media at Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and YouTube. The links for all of these are available at shadowoftheman.com. Feel free to use any of these social media accounts to provide any feedback you might have. Your thoughts on the show are greatly appreciated. Thank you, and see you soon for a new episode of The Shadow of the Man.
Thank you for listening to this latest show. We have to make another one, so gotta go. Don't worry, for next month we already have one in the can. Very soon you'll be listening to a new Shadow of the Man.